Hi everyone. Halloween is just around the corner, so I thought I'd read Scooby-Doo and the Halloween Hotel Haunt. Scooby-Doo and his friends from Mystery Inc. were invited to the Halloween costume party at a fancy hotel. But when they arrived, all of the party guests were running outside. They looked very frightened. Daphne spotted Mrs. Prim. She was the nice woman who owned the hotel. "What's the matter?" Daphne asked. Why is everyone running away?" "Oh, it's terrible, just terrible. Some of the guests spotted a real phantom in the hotel. It's just too scary." "Looks like we have a new mystery to solve," said Fred. Velma pointed to one of the hotel windows, "And I think I see what frightened everyone." Fred, Daphne, Velma, and Shaggy and Scooby went inside the Prim Hotel to investigate. They were met by Seymour Prim. He was the hotel manager and Mrs. Prim's nephew. "This is awful," Seymour cried. "We have to sell the hotel now. No one will want to stay here if it's haunted." "Like who would blame them?" Shaggy agreed. "The spook could be anywhere." "Rare, anywhere," Scooby agreed. "Don't worry, Seymour," Fred told him. "We'll get to the bottom of this mystery. If there's a phantom in the hotel, we'll find it." Daphne looked around. "Yes, but where do we start?" she asked. "This is a big hotel. Look at all the people dressed up in their Halloween costumes. A lot of pumpkins." Scooby and his friends went down the stairs to the second floor. They walked quietly down the hallway looking for clues. It was dark, silent, and a little spooky. Suddenly, there was a loud noise. Creak! Scooby leaped into Shaggy's arms. That's Scooby, he's a fraidy cat. "Oh, no, the phantom!" Scooby yelled. "Relax, Scooby," Velma said. "It was probably just a creaky floorboard. The hotel is pretty old, you know." "Zoinks!" said Shaggy. "Like the hallway is giving me the creeps. I feel like someone is watching us." Scooby nodded his head. "Whew, me too," he agreed. "I'm sure no one is watching us," Daphne said. "You two chickens are just letting your imaginations get the best of you." "We'll search down the hall," Fred said. "Shaggy, you and Scooby check the room." Fred pointed to a dark, eerie room. Shaggy and Scooby shook their heads from side to side. "Like, no way, Fred. Scooby and I are going to just snoop around a scary old run-down hotel room. But we'll be glad to run down and wait in the van. Right, Scooby?" "Right," agreed Scooby. Velma promised Scooby and Shaggy some Scooby snacks and an extra Halloween tree bag if they would search the room. "Where's a cowhound to do?" Scooby caved. As quietly as they could, Scooby and Shaggy tiptoed into the room. Shaggy noticed a big door and opened it. "Oh, that's what's inside there is just a laundry chute." Right there, see? Shaggy and Scooby slid down the chute, down the long laundry chute. They yelled the whole way down, "Kapoomp!" At the bottom of the chute, they landed in a laundry basket and tipped it over. They were in the hotel's laundry room, where all the guests' linen and bath towels were washed and dried. They jumped up and ran to the corner of the room, far away from the chute. No phantom was going to land on them. Suddenly, Shaggy let out a scream and waved his arms through the air. "Help, help, like the phantom's touching me." Shaggy cried, "Woo, woo, me too." Now both Shaggy and Scooby were clawing at the air around them, trying to push the phantom away. They could see the phantom, but they could not feel the tickling. I think their just imaginations got away with them, right? Because anything in the dark is the same as what you see in the day. Fred, Daphne, and Velma heard Shaggy and Scooby screaming in the basement. "Come on, gang, let's go downstairs." Fred told Daphne and Velma. "It sounds like Scooby and Shaggy are in trouble." They ran down the old staircase to the first floor as fast as they could. Thump! There was a strange noise coming from the grand ballroom. Velma, Daphne, and Fred went in to investigate. The grand ballroom was all decked out for Halloween costume party and looked very cool. Look at the balloons. They're cool, huh? Daphne looked around. "Well, Shaggy and Scooby aren't in here. I'm surprised. There's so much food." "Nope, no one here but those fake monsters. I don't think they'd scare anyone. Ah, Velma jumped back in fear. Meanwhile, Shaggy and Scooby were running through a spooky service corridor deep down beneath the hotel. They still thought the Phantom was after them. They could feel something touching their feet and ankles. Like the Phantom is trying to grab us. Run for your life. Yelp! The Phantom's got Scooby cried. They tried to run without touching the ground. They ran so fast, so far, they didn't even notice that the corridor had ended, and they ran right into the underground cave. It didn't matter, though. They could still feel slimy, creepy things crawling around their feet. Help, help, shouted Grabby. The Phantom won't give up. Woo, woo. Now they were deep inside the underground cave, and all around them the mining equipment. I think we're gonna Scooby Goners. Really, he agreed. Shaggy and Scooby hid under one of the mining machines. Suddenly, Shaggy realized something. Hey, Scoob, that wasn't the Phantom. It was only the bats. Now that I think of it, that wasn't the Phantom in the hallway of the laundry. It was just the spider webs. Pretty silly, huh? Wee, right? Really? Then Shaggy and Scooby noticed the digging and mining machines in the cave. It was strange. They saw something stranger. Shaggy and Scooby crashed to sneak right back up to the hotel without being seen by the two men. Crash! Scooby and Shaggy bumped into Fred, Daphne, and Velma. Before he could help himself, Scooby let out a big "Help!" Instantly, the two men turned toward the kids. Get out! Cried a third voice that somewhere. Get out! Cried a third voice that seemed to come from nowhere. Come on, gang! Fred shouted. Back to the Halloween ballroom. Hurry! Fred, Velma, Daphne, Shaggy, and Scooby ran out of the cave and up into the ballroom as fast as they can. They suddenly ducked into a corner to hide. I wonder what happened to the Phantom. I think the Phantom is the least of our troubles. These two goons don't look very friendly. The two mischievous miners were getting closer. You're right, Shaggy, Velma said. I think they're up to something. Don't worry, gang. Before we ran into Shaggy and Scoob, I had a chance to set a trap for the Phantom, Fred told them. The trap will work just as well on these two. I think I know what it is. Fred released a net that caught the two men and the Phantom. Fred pulled off the Phantom's mask. It was Seymour Prim. There was an old mine under the hotel, said Seymour angrily. I thought I scared everyone away. My aunt would sell the hotel to the miners and I'd be rich. But I didn't count on these meddling kids and pesky dogs. Thank you, said Mrs. Brim to the gang. Here's a reward. Where, said Shaggy. I don't see anything, but Scooby knew there was something right on the tray. He dimmed the lights, and he was right. See, it was the bad guys. They were trying to scare everyone, and there was no such thing as a Phantom. Happy Halloween! Next month.